This won't be the last time I get roped into writing about Paguaga. Pete Paguaga. Pete Paguaga, web producer. My web producer. He was the man I counted on to take Record Journal Sports into the digital era back in those crazy years. It was a fast, strange time, and we moved in fast, strange ways. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal, and welcome to the final episode of Athletes of the Week for the winter season 2017-18. Pete, another season come and gone. This is it. Welcome to the Gonzo edition. Week 9, we've got your Week 8 winners, and we have a whole mess of Week 9 nominees. Pete, you know how many Week 9 nominees we have? More than that. You need more than your hands. Take your shoes off. We've got 16. It's Gonzo this week. First, we're going to give you our Week 8 winners. If you remember from last week, for the girls, our nominees were from Maloney Wrestling, Miss Jocelynn Rodriguez. From Southington Gymnastics, Miss Natalie Reeves, freshman phenom for the Lady Knights. And also from Wilcox Tech Girls Basketball, Miss Kayla Ransom. Our winner, and fittingly so, just in terms of timing, the girl who defended her girls' state wrestling championship in the 106-pound division Sunday in New London. She is Miss Jocelynn Rodriguez. Shawnee and Pete caught up to her on Monday.
We're at Maloney High School here with Jocelynn Rodriguez, state champion wrestler 2 years in a row. Jocelynn, tell me about that. How does that make you feel?
It's great. I just ended my season on a positive note, and I couldn't have gotten anything better, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So take us through yesterday. You were at New London. You fought 3 matches. How did you win it?
I walked in there and I knew I was gonna have to fight and put my best foot forward to win these matches because I didn't want to walk out losing. I didn't want to get second place. I went in knowing what I wanted and I worked for it.
Tell me about the final match. How did that go?
Well, it wasn't one of the best girls in the bracket, so my second match was my toughest one, and I wrestled that one and I won that one. So I knew my third one was going to be an easy match. So I just went in there and I tried to pin her as fast as I could, get out of there.
How quick did you pin her?
I think it was like a minute and a half. So, yeah.
What's the season been like for you?
It's been great. It was by far my best season. Especially, it was my senior season, so I tried really hard. I had great coaches, great teammates, so yeah.
And to be, you do swimming as well. You had a strong season as a top sprinter here in Meriden.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Swimming was awesome.
Yeah.
I started my freshman year, and once I figured out that I was actually good, I started working for a certain time, which was 26 seconds. And I worked all 4 years to get it, and I finally got it at conference, and it was just a great season. I just worked really hard all season to get that 26.
So how do you go from swimming to wrestling? How was that transition?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Swimming is not really hard on your body. It's more, you don't really feel anything. And wrestling it makes you really sore. You're really tired all the time. You sweat a lot, and it's just a lot. It's a really hard transition.
Jocelynn, thank you for taking time out to speak with Peter and Sean. Congratulations on defending your championship. Well done. And like we talked about last week, Pete, you did very well against the boys too. Yes, you did. Winning record, you had 23 wins going against the dudes. Very good career for you, Jocelynn. Also a very good swimmer. All right, we're going to our Week 9 girls candidates before we bring you the Week 8 boys winner. Now, again, we're going to have multiple candidates. If you remember last year in the spring, we did this. We kind of had tennis tandems and track relay teams. We didn't know how to splice and dice them, so why do it? Just keep them together. We got 3 pairs of girls. 2 from Platt, 2 from Sheehan, 2 from Southington. Which sports? Well, let's see. Platt girls basketball. We're going to start there. Good season for Coach Tina Gagne and her Lady Panthers. They won 13 games. They won their first state tournament game in 7 years. Outstanding. Here's 2 girls we want to recognize because both were solid and consistent contributors all year long. They're both juniors. They're going to be back next year. Here they are. Miss Julia Meisner, and Miss Martha Chapman. Now, Martha is the point guard, and as you might imagine, basically leads the team in steals and assists. And Pete, get this. Want to talk about how weird statistics can be? Leads in assists. She also leads in block shots. She's like the Magic Johnson of Meriden point guards for the girls. As for Julia Meisner, she's a girl who can play pretty much all 5 positions. She knows what each is supposed to do on the court, and oftentimes Tina Gagne would ask Julia to do that. Good rebounder, good scorer, good passer. Both of these girls are going to be back next year. For now, they are nominee number 1 here in week 9. Staying in basketball, we're going to go down to Sheehan because, of course, Sheehan was a big story this past week with their not 1, but 2 buzzer-beating wins in the Class M state tournament. Just crazy stuff. The first one came in the first round against Waterford. That was Lexi Ocasio hitting the game-winning layup there, 47-45. A couple of nights later, they're out in Bethel, time running down. Boom, they win there, 47-46. Now, one of our 2 nominees hit the winning shot. Our other girl had some key plays down the stretch. They are, right here, boom, Miss Mackenzie Hemstock and Miss Sydney Hunt. Now, Mackenzie, she's a junior. She had the game-winning shot against Bethel. And we have the shot because Shawnee got it, right, Pete? We can run that again. That was Mackenzie Hemstock. And for Sydney Hunt, now she didn't have the game-winning shot against Waterford, but she had a key steal and coast-to-coast layup. She also had a key field goal in the closing minutes and also set up Maddie Larkin for a key bucket late in that game. She's a senior as well. Want to recognize her for a fine career. From Sheehan, nominee number, 3 and 4, we would call them, Mackenzie Hemstock and Sydney Hunt. Okay, for our third and final set of nominees, we said from Southington. Who could it be? It's actually gymnastics. Southington was at the State Open out at Pomperog in Southbury on Saturday. 2 seniors went out competing in their last State Open. I want to recognize both of them. They've had fine careers at Southington all 4 years. Miss Katarina Rothstein and Miss Rachel Williams. Now, hey, Pete, if you ask me, Katarina Rothstein, now that if that's your name, you're going to be a gymnast with that name. She competed on the beam at the State Open, 7.80. Congratulations on a good career for you, Katarina. And Rachel, who was hurt for much of the season, both of her ankles, which is unfortunate. She's a very good gymnast. She competed on the floor, 8.8. Katarina Rothstein and Rachel Williams, nominees 5 and 6 here in week 9 for the girls. If you remember from week 8, our boys nominees we had 2 Meriden boys basketball players. We had Mr. Trumaine Carter from Platt and from Maloney, Mr. Damian Pantoja. This week, though, our winner was Sheehan diver Andrew Buehler. He was SEC champion. We caught up with him on Monday, and as we're filming this now, Andrew is going to be competing in the Class S championships tonight in Plainville. Let's see what Andrew had to say about his Athlete of the Week victory.
Athlete of the Week, Andrew Buehler, junior at Sheehan High School. Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you.
3-time state champ. Tell me about winning Class S.
The past 2 years, coming in second place to Teddy. I love diving with him, diving against him, right next to him. He was a big motivator, and finally this year, I texted him right before saying I was sad he was gone. I'm not going to dive with him anymore, but I was pretty happy I finally had the chance to win.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell me about, we were just talking about you breaking the records. So you re-broke your 6-dive record against Lyman Hall. Tell me about that night.
Lyman Hall is probably the biggest meet of the season. The rivalry between Sheehan and Lyman Hall, going back and forth between all of our sports. It really brings a lot of emotions out, and it brings us all together.
And then, just to go out on the board and score, 305, 8?
305.25.
2.5, yeah. That was a big score.
Yeah.
Big score, yeah. Andrew had some huge dives, a bunch of 8.5s, 8s, and drew some big-time roars that night.
Yeah.
So you broke the 10-dive record as well?
Yeah, the 11-dive record at
11-dive, yep.
SEC's. I finally got my first 10 there. Yeah. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, tell me about that dive, that 10.
That was the inward dive. One of my easier dives, but seems like I perfected it pretty well.
Yeah. Perfect. Your first 10 ever, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. Did you ever think you would get that?
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
What was that feeling like when you saw it? When
I heard all the 9s, 9.5s, and then a 10, I was very excited getting out the water. Looking at all the judges, the crowd was clapping. It was exciting.
Thank you, Andrew, for taking time to speak with Shawnee and Peter. Again, we're pulling for you going into the Class S Championship meet on Tuesday at Plainville. Andrew, only a junior, was going for his 3rd Class Championship. Kid is good. And you want to know who else is good? We want to acknowledge this right now because, believe it or not, he's not nominated this week, and I know you're going to boo, hiss, grr, and all that, but there's a reason for it. Southington wrestler Paulie Kalo, 2nd Class L, 2nd and open, goes to the New England meet, man. The kid is at home there. He won his 2nd New England championship. He won this year at 170 pounds, and he dominated. You know, Pete, he won his championship match by a major decision. He just kicked butt. Now, you say, well, why isn't Paul Kalo, nominated for Athlete of the Week? Well, this is the Gonzo edition, and we're doing pairs and trios and quartets even. And Paulie's just one guy. You wrestle, you're out there by yourself. Hey, and be looking for those All Record Journal winter videos. They'll be coming up. We got all RJ girls basketball, boys basketball, wrestling, and hockey. Pete, man, it looks like we got a lot to do, man. We're going to have to carve out some time for that. Those will all be coming up. We know who we're going to pick. And hey, Paulie Kalo, New England champion, congratulations. We'll be seeing you soon, Kit. For now, our Week 9 nominees. We got 2 trios. We have a quartet. Sounds like a lot of math. To me, it adds up to 10 kids. And these are who they are for Week 9. We're going to start over in the pool because we have 2 trios from boys swimming. We're going to start here in Meriden, CCC South Championship meet. 3 kids we want to point out. Here they are. Boom. They are Jake Donnellan, Julio Hernandez, and Muhammad Hamdan. Now, Jake was the CCC South champion in the 100 backstroke. Julio Hernandez qualified for the double L's in the 200 freestyle. He's all conference. And Muhammad Hamdan looking to qualify his last race, last chance to get it done, last shot, and he did it in the 100 freestyle. So we'll be seeing those boys in the Class Double L meet. Fine performance for Meriden in the CCC South Championship meet. Likewise, a fine performance for the Southington boys in the CCC West Championship meet, if you can keep all these directions straight. Here are our 3 boys from Southington. Boop. We have diver Chase Galida, senior captain Brendan Egan, and sophomores, kid's only a sophomore, Tyler Heidegard. I want to mention what Tyler did. He won 2 CCC West championships, 100 backstroke, 200 freestyle. Brendan Egan, he was the conference champ in the 100 butterfly. He also swam a leg on the first place medley relay. And Chase Galida with 276.20 points, not only won diving in CCC West, but broke a school record that had stood since 1990. That's a long time, Pete. That's like 28 years, dude. Were you born in 1990? Pete was born in 1990. Well, the record is about as old as you are. It's a brand new record, and it belongs to Chase Galida. Congratulations, Chase. And congratulations to Coach Evan Tuttle and all his boys. They won the CCC West Team Championship. All right, we got one last group, Pete. And we're going to go to the indoor track one more time this winter because it's been a very good indoor track winter for us here. And it's been a very, very good indoor track season for Lyman Hall, Coach David Palmer and his boys. They set school records all over the place. They won the SEC East Sectional Championship. They finished 2nd in the SEC. Well, this past weekend they were up at the New England Championship meet in Boston, and their 4x400 relay team. Can we get them all in right about here, Pete? These 4 guys right here. Randy McFarland, Blake Jandro, Matt Nicefero, and Jordan Crawford. They broke their own school record in the 4x4, finishing 6th in New England. Their time, 3.2892. Strike it, reverse it, let me repeat it, and put it in English. 3 minutes, 28 seconds, 0.92. They broke their own record. A lot of school records fell this winter over at Lyman Hall. Hey, it's been a good season all around. We got one last thing to bring for you for this final Athletes of the Week show for winter, so stay tuned.
Hot damn. So much for the facts. Hey, Grover, come here. Listen to this. Well, if I had to swear one way or the other, I would say that Paguagua wasn't insane. He just had very strange rhythms. But he stomped on the Terra. Lord Buckley said that. And Lord Buckley and Pete, they tell me they're gone now, but I don't think I'm going to believe that until I can gnaw on their skulls with my very own teeth. If they're out there, I'm going to find them, and I'm going to gnaw on their skulls because it still hasn't gotten weird enough for me.